Hi, Ken Davis, President and founder of Advantage Certified. Today I'm featuring a very special bike. This is a 1994 BMW R1100 RSL. The L in that model number means it has the lowers, this extra piece of fairing down here below the motor. And in addition to that, you got an extra display to the right of the instrument cluster that gave you your gear position, oil temperature, fuel gauge, and a clock. This is a 3,000 mile example, 3138 as we speak. The backstory of this bike is it was sold new by a BMW dealership in Wisconsin, I believe, that took it back in trade a year later on some other bike, and they lost their BMW franchise shortly thereafter that. It became a Harley-Davidson dealership, and the bike's just been there ever since. Inside, I don't know whether it was just stuck in a corner somewhere or what the story was, but it literally had been at that same dealership until I bought it recently. It is in impeccable condition. It's always been indoors. Even the switch gear, if you look at our photographs, the turn signal switches and dimmer switch and things like that have their original color. There's no fading to them. This bike is finished in the nicest color that they ever made it in. It's called Pearl Silver Metallic. It's actually more of a white metallic, three-stage paint. It's an amazing paint. It's got a real sheen to it that you just can't see in most paints. The 1994 R1100 RS and RSL were a significant milestone in BMW's motorcycle business. This is the first motorcycle that they built with the 259 oil and air-cooled motor. It was the very first one, the only bike they built that year with that motor. It also had the paralever or telelever front suspension and paralever rear suspension. The second generation of anti-lock braking, which works really well. It has completely adjustable handlebars fore, aft, and like all that, also like that. It has an adjustable position windscreen. You can turn a knob and literally change the position of the windscreen. This bike has had the original smaller windscreen replaced with one by a company called Parabellum. It's a very common upgrade on this bike. It gives you much more wind protection. I actually own a bike exactly like this that I bought brand new in 1994 in this same color, and I have it home in my garage, and I have this same windscreen on it as well. It has a throttle lock over here that you turn that snugs the throttle. That was an accessory that was added. But of course, the most unique thing about this motorcycle, it is in just impeccable condition. Now, having said that, the bike is 16, 17 years old. We don't know the last time any of the fluids were changed, so I drove the bike myself until it was completely warm, and then we hot changed all of the fluids in the bike. It's got fresh oil and filter, synthetic oil and filter. We changed the transmission oil, the final drive oil. We flushed the entire brake system, front and rear. So every fluid in the bike is fresh and renewed, and I've road tested the bike. It's in perfect condition. The only thing I would point out to you is that this bike does have the original tires on it, and those tires are 16 years old. So even though they still have a good portion of their tread, you'd want to change them. You know, the 16-year-old tires have lost their ability to be sticky. They're really not safe at high speed. So that's the bike. It is a one-of-a-kind machine. There's probably not another one like it in captivity. It also has a little accessory connector here for gerbings, heated wear, or a battery tender or something like that. It is just, again, in just the most beautiful condition you can imagine. And we ship all over the United States. I'd be glad to answer any questions directly. And I thank you for listening. Have a good day.